Chief of Staff, Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. All right, a lot to dissect here and digest. So this is the Democratic Party, the most successful military effort, I would argue, as of now, at this point, to date, in history, the history of warfare. All right? Could get complicated. Nothing's perfect. Then we have Democrats. They won't fund the Department of Homeland Security while we're battling the #1 state sponsor of terror. Then they have no problem inconveniencing Americans by not funding the TSA, never mind funding ICE. Then they don't want proof of citizenship and voter ID for elections. Stephen Miller, if you can figure all that out and explain it to this audience, you're a lot smarter than I am.
Well, I don't know about that, Sean, but here's what I do know. You add up all those things, any political party that is pushing for that combination of policies, defunding airport security, defunding immigration enforcement and border control, shutting down the Department of Homeland Security during a military conflict with the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, refusing to allow voter ID, prohibiting proof of citizenship to vote in our elections. You add all that up, that is a party that is trying to destroy this republic, that is trying to destroy the United States of America. You listed off some of these heartbreaking examples, Sean, of criminal illegal aliens that have been shielded, protected, swaddled, basically at every step enabled, facilitated by the Democratic Party, who have now murdered innocent Americans. You have an Air Force veteran who wore the uniform to protect this country. How did Democrats repay his patriotism? By allowing an illegal alien monster to push him onto a subway track to his death. Look at the tragic, horrifying case in Chicago with Miss Gorman, her whole life ahead of her. And you have an illegal alien that was set free by Joe Biden, set free again by Pritzker, set free by the Chicago mayor to do what? To murder this precious American woman in cold blood. How many cases, Sean, you and I have been talking about this for years, Democrats continue to set free killer illegal aliens to shed American blood. You don't do that, Sean, as a political party unless you want to end this country as we know it. That is the real battle we're having, Sean. Donald Trump is fighting to save America. The Democrats are fighting to end America.
There's no rational explanation for not wanting proof of citizenship. Everyone claims they want integrity in elections and voter ID. You need a picture ID to get into the Democratic National Convention, and they check mine like 10 times before I can get to my broadcast booth. But with all of that, they left the country wide open, most preventable national security disaster in the history of this country. The president's trying to fix the mess he left them and deport these people, and they just keep calling ICE Gestapo and Nazi and fascist. If this is what this party's become, God help us if they ever got back in power.
God help us if they ever got back in power, Sean. Look, under Joe Biden, we know they let in 20 million illegal aliens. Sex trafficking, labor trafficking, human trafficking, drug dealing, cartel slayings, one atrocity, one horror show after another. Now here they are, trying to end the Department of Homeland Security, trying to disable the heroes who keep us safe each and every day. Remember, this department, Sean, was created after 9/11. It was created to ensure that foreign nationals could not enter this country and kill Americans. And now this party, the Democratic Party, they're at war with the heroes trying to keep the terrorists from killing our loved ones. That's what we're up against, Sean. And to your point about voter ID, why would a political party refuse to support proof of citizenship, refuse to support voter ID when you brought in all these illegal aliens, unless you were trying to ensure that illegal aliens could vote and tilt the balance of power? This strikes at the very heart of our democracy. This is about whether or not democracy as we know it survives in America, Sean.
It's all on the line. This will be the single most consequential, transformational, important midterm election in our lifetime. And everybody watching this show, you better participate, or this country is doomed. These policies will destroy us. Stephen Miller, always appreciate you being here. Thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.